Welcome to today's Premier Experts, your one-stop shop to find industry experts in a variety of niches. My name is Ray Perez, and I'm a global branding expert. I travel the world speaking to entrepreneurs and business owners, and we've created this show to take advantage of their wealth of knowledge. I interview experts across different fields to learn what has made them become successful. When you interview people from a wide range of industries, those points of views brought together can create massive success for your business. Welcome back to today's Premier Experts. I'm your host, Ray Perez, and today my special guest is Jen Coffel, the Business Connection Specialist. Welcome to the show, Jen.
Thanks, Ray.
Thank you so much for being here. And I'm just super excited to have a powerhouse woman on the show. And I'd like to start off always by kind of asking, what do you do as a business connection specialist?
Well, I absolutely love business and I love people. And I specialize in connecting my network with people. And I have an amazing network and I love to connect them to amazing people that have businesses that are in need of, maybe they need a resource or somebody to help them get to their next step. And so I really love to do that. It's like my superpower. It's your
superpower. I love that. I believe everyone has a superpower. And Speaking of businesses, you have a few different businesses, right? So you have a speakers organization. Yes. Can you elaborate a little bit about the speakers organization?
Sure. It's called Engaging Speakers, and it's not like Toastmasters. It's not like National Speaker Association. It's like right in the middle of that. So we are focused on helping entrepreneurs to create a signature talk that is really based around their core business that they can use as a marketing tool to really attract their ideal clients and highlight their expertise in a classy way. And then we also teach them how to have a really great 30-second introduction, because those are the two things I know that in business, if you can be able to introduce yourself in 30 seconds and really be able to speak well about your business in such a way that draws people to want to have conversations with you. So that's what we put the organization together for, is to really help entrepreneurs in that way. So we do a monthly business meeting in different cities around the states, and eventually we're going to be globally around the world. We hold a business meeting. We have guest speakers come in and teach on something that entrepreneurs are interested in. And then we do some really great meaningful networking. And the culture is different than maybe other networking organizations, is that everybody is coming together with the desire to learn and to learn about speaking. So it's just an amazing organization in terms of the people and the results that people get for being part of it.
Now, it's a blend of learning to speak, but specifically in the world of business. So everybody, for the most part, is an entrepreneur or business owner, correct?
Absolutely, yeah.
And they're coming there because they understand that language or speaking or communication is one of the most powerful things you can use in business, right? Like I teach that all the time, right? Yep. So coming to be able to be a more effective communicator in the business world clearly makes sense. But in addition to becoming a better communicator, they're also networking, connecting with other people that can either be potential resources or clients. And then you bring in experts that can benefit them as well.
Correct.
And in addition, you've created a licensing opportunity for people to basically duplicate what you're doing and have it as an additional business model. Can you elaborate a little bit on that?
Sure. It's really one of the two things I know are most powerful for entrepreneurs is to be able to build a community. That is such an important piece of growing any business, is really creating a community. And so the other piece that's really important is generating leads and making sales. And so with Engaging Speakers, we can give entrepreneurs opportunity to be able to have their own chapter in their own city. And instead of paying other people to generate leads for them, they're actually being paid by us to generate leads, because they're building that community for Engaging Speakers. And as they become, the most influential person in the room, because they're leading that chapter, they're having the opportunity for members to get to know, like, and trust them very, easily, and being able to then introduce them to their business as they find the needs to connect with those members around what they do personally for their core business. So it's a neat opportunity that serves people and also helps their own business in the process.
It's like a win-win-win type of scenario.
Yeah, those are my favorite.
Right, win-win-win. That's what I always shoot for. So, all right, so let me get this straight. So as an entrepreneur, I can obviously attend your speaking organization and I can get better, but then I can start my own.
Correct.
I can make a new revenue stream through this licensing organization, speaking organization that I now in my local city.
Right.
But as I'm making a new additional revenue stream, I'll also find new networking opportunities for clients, potentially for my business.
Exactly.
And I'm positioning myself at a higher level because I'm the one running the actual organization.
Yes.
So win,
You've got
win,
it.
win.
Yes.
Absolutely love it. Okay. So you also have a speaker program for people who really want to take the power of effective communication to the next level. Can you kind of touch on that?
Yeah, for those that really want to dig deeper and really be able to build like a speaker's signature talk, like a talk around their business, and get into the real details around, neuro-linguistic programming and how to deliver their talk, as well as the actual design of the talk and this, like the real details around that. We have a speaker program that is both. We focus on 8 pillars to profitable speaking. So myself and another speaker coach, we both spent hundreds of thousands of dollars learning all of this, and we really looked at all the things that are out there that, what does an entrepreneur really need? And so these 8 key things are things that we know that they absolutely need to get booked and to be able to be effective and not get the whole, well, thank you, Ray, that was great information, but, oh my gosh, Ray, I want to talk to you and I want to work with you and I want to have a conversation with you after they speak. And so, so that program is something that we offer both group and private sessions. And what's different about it is that it's not like a normal coaching program where we're just telling them what to do. On the private coaching sessions that we host with them, we actually complete that pillar. So for example, one of the pieces is having a bio that you get to get you booked. It's called Get Booked Bio. And as a meeting planner for engaging speakers, and I bring people into my organization to speak, I can tell you that bios are really important, and many entrepreneurs don't have a really great bio. So we teach them the importance of like the components of that bio, and then so we train them and teach them in the group program and also in like on-demand training videos, but then we actually meet with them privately and finish their bio with them so that each one of their pillars is finished. And so it's not like they're having all these things left over to do and trying to figure it out based on the information they got. It's like done for them. So that part I think is really unique. So we get their bio finished. We actually finish and have a lead magnet for them that builds their database. So no matter if they're talking to, small group or thousands of people, they're filling their database whenever they're speaking. We teach them how to make an offer in that the typical, if you'd like to have a sales call or if you'd like to have a consultation, we actually teach them to name their session. We help them to title the same talk 3 different titles so that it sounds like it's 3 different markets. And so they get their 3 tantalizing titles. They get their marketing copy. That's another pillar because meeting planners need to fill their seats, for that meeting. So giving them good copy, not a description, but like really great copy. And then we also help them to know like what their core genius is, because if they can build a talk around their core genius, when they speak, it's going to emotionally just emote out of them instead of, being, that process, which is what a lot of entrepreneurs want to go to. So we do also, the last pillar is the powerful principles, like what's the content, what's really what you're delivering. So each of those pieces are actually done for them. And so they're complete and finished, and then they get to go out and practice it. And they come in, we have part of it where they can come for 4 days and we just kind of break down all of their habits and get them really great at taking their specific talks. They come to this 4-day event as part of the program as well and get to learn the neuro-linguistic programming. They get to learn how to use of voice, use of stage, use of body language to deliver their talk. So it's
that's a
really
lot.
Awesome program.
So, I mean, it's all around speaking, but it seems that you're doing business coaching and consulting at the same time, right? It's not only speaking, like the core pillar is speaking, but there's so many other business components that these entrepreneurs need to know how to do in addition. And you do some coaching and consulting outside of the speaking world as well, right?
Yeah. And that came from really building numerous businesses to 6 figures in less than 12 months, all in different industries. And there's like a blueprint that I've used that I was able to identify and just teach other entrepreneurs, because a lot of people that are awesome at what they do, stepping into the entrepreneurial world is a whole nother thing. Even though you're great at what you do doesn't mean that you're great at generating leads or making sales for your business in that entrepreneurial framework. So just teaching entrepreneurs that framework is super rewarding for me. And speaking is one of those pieces of the blueprint that I know is super powerful marketing strategy. So that's why I spend so much time on that part of business coaching. But there are a lot of other elements to growing a business. And one of them is one of the things that you do, like, those phases of business. First one's branding, and then it's marketing. So you need to generate leads for that brand, the message that you have. And then it's sales. You need to sell to the leads that you created. And then you scale. But a lot of entrepreneurs haven't learned there's a sequence. And so they start doing things out of sequence and they don't get the results that they want because they never built that foundation of their brand.
Success loves sequence.
I like that. That's so true.
You can use that one. I stole it from my business partner,
I
Dave
like
Van
it.
Hoos, because it's true.
Yeah.
And everything you're saying, I completely agree with. And I teach with my coaching clients. I said, look, as I look at it as there's a puzzle. Being an entrepreneur, it's like trying to put together this puzzle. So the first thing you need to have is all the pieces to the puzzle. And you're able to take this one too, okay?
I like that.
So you have all the pieces to the puzzle, but then what do you need to do? Put them in the right order. And most people are putting the wrong puzzle piece in the wrong order, and they're wondering, why am I not getting the level of results that I should be getting or that I know I could be getting? It's because this piece is actually step 6 and you put it in step 2 and so forth. So
I love that.
I completely agree with you.
I say it looks like Swiss cheese. They have lots of holes all over the place, but it's like that puzzle. There's lots of holes in the puzzle, when you don't have the sequence. Right?
So step 1 is we need all the pieces.
Yeah.
Step 2 is put them in the right order.
Yeah, perfect.
That's, again, I agree with you. So now let's talk about something else to be successful in business. Okay. Having mentors, having people, a mastermind. Yeah. Let's talk about your mastermind that you have.
Well, I love masterminds. I'm part of 3 amazing masterminds.
Well, we're part of one mastermind together. So yeah, absolutely.
How we met. That's what it is. You meet the most amazing people. And so as a result of just seeing how my life has just accelerated in so many ways, spiritually, business-wise, and just tons of different ways through masterminds. And so it inspired me to start my own mastermind. I call it the Admired 100. And I do just focus on women for that particular mastermind.
So I can't join?
Exactly. But I love to help women, because one of the things I notice that women oftentimes struggle with is that they're struggling. They're in the grind a lot and hustling a lot and wanting to grow their business, but most of them haven't learned ways to take their wealth and use it to create more wealth and not be exchanging the time for the money, but really learning how to do that. And so I have a mastermind to teach women how to do that so that they can really, what I say, live the admired life, be able to add a 0 to your revenue in an admired way, where you could be as generous as you want with your time, your money, and your resources. And that comes through really understanding how to generate more wealth without having to do more, and be able to be there for your family and have the balance and understand that it doesn't have to be, in fact, it can accelerate really quickly without more effort. It's not always efforting. So I love to help women to discover that. And so we focus on spiritual things in that group, for sure, because a lot of what is needed in business is if you talk to a lot of entrepreneurs that have gotten to high levels of success, they all tell you it's really a spiritual journey as well.
We incorporate the spiritual in our high level coaching program as well.
Yeah. So that's a really fun part of it. I really love that piece of the mastermind.
Yeah, because people come into it thinking, we're going to learn all this business stuff. And all of a sudden they realize, wait a second, business is just a small percentage. There's all this other stuff over here that the rest of the world isn't paying attention to that really makes the biggest difference.
And a lot of people they're not having those conversations. And so when you actually create those conversations for women and you help them to see that and get access to that, everything opens up and it becomes amazing.
And also having the community, right? Because there's access to the information, the knowledge, the mentorship, but then there's that community aspect,
Absolutely.
Other women that are going through trials and tribulations as well and saying, hey, sister, I got you, I can support you. And sometimes in my experience, being able to be there for others in their time of need is actually one of the best ways to receive for yourself.
Totally.
Right? And that vice versa. So I really love that. And speaking of giving, you also have a nonprofit organization. Can you share what your nonprofit does?
Yes, it's called Handing Hope, and we deliver naturally sugar-free lollipops to children's cancer hospitals around the world. And that was birthed out of, I lost my mom and my dad and my best friend all to cancer. They all died young, and they all died really unexpectedly. They got pancreatic cancer, lung cancer, brain cancer, and so it all happened within a year and a half, and they all loved children. And I have 4 teenagers, I have 4 kids, and so I wanted to do something for kids that would be in their memory. And so if you think about it, being a mom with kids, and cancer is a big disease, especially for little ones, a lot of times doctors and family will have the kids go on a ketogenic diet, so no sugar, but they don't feel good, and they're in the hospital, they're getting treatments, and so not be able to give your kids a treat, or staff not give treats, it's hard. And so I wanted to find some way to be able to fill that gap, and so we have these fun little lollipop trees. They're sweetened with actually a natural sweetener from a birch tree. And so we discovered them from a manufacturing company that wanted to create something that was naturally sugar-free that tasted amazing. And so we have this really amazing
Do
project.
they taste amazing?
They taste amazing. Like
Okay.
they taste like normal, and they're real colorful, and the kids absolutely love them. And so it's just really fun to be able to just bring kids comfort and a smile in a time that's challenging for them, and be able to give parents and staff just that feeling of like they can do something that brings a smile.
Well, I love it. And put me down to support your nonprofit organization. What we do with our 360 site, we donate a 360 site to any nonprofit organization. We'll set it up for you. We'll kind of give you our coaching and consulting from a marketing perspective for a nonprofit. So count me in for that 100%. Awesome. Well, so if people want to connect with you, they want to learn about the speaking organization, maybe licensing or coaching, consulting, the mastermind group, or even supporting your nonprofit organization, what's the best way for them to connect with you?
The best way for them to connect with me is to go to my personal website, jenc360.com. There they can connect to all my different websites, all the different programs that we have, and be able to email me, WhatsApp me, text me. It's just a great place to connect. So they can just meet me at jenc360.com.
Beautiful. Awesome. Very short and sweet. jenc360.com. I love it. Thank you so much for being on the show. I truly appreciate it. I want you back one of these days to kind of catch up and see where you're at.
That'd be great.
Thank you so much. Thank you. And thank you for joining us on today's Premier Experts. I'm your host, Ray Perez, reminding you to never leave for tomorrow what you can do today, and always stay true to your brand. If you or anyone you know is an expert in a particular niche or industry, we would love to have a conversation about potentially being on the show. Just visit todayspremierexperts.com, click on Be a Guest, and fill out the form.